Hi guys! Hope you all had a fantastic Christmas, and since I'm filming this in between Christmas and New Year, I hope you all have a happy New Year. Yes, I am back. Hello. Sorry, Christmas is always a hectic time for like everybody, but especially when you're self-employed. So, and you have like a load of family coming over and stuff. So I'm sorry, I didn't manage to get a video out last week. And just a little update as well. I am now reunited with my beloved vlog camera, because the reason that you had old footage in some of the last couple of vlogs were from the Christmas on the Isle of Wight, was actually filmed from last year that I just never got around to putting it into a video, was because I was at an event and I was using my vlogging camera and it took a nosedive off of the tripod and I basically just completely knackered the lens, and I took it to the place and I was like, help me, my baby is broken. And they were like, that's okay, we can fix it for maybe like 40 to 100 quid, somewhere in that range. No, I get the quote back, £258 later, need a whole new lens unit. So I was not happy. 2017, a lot of people were saying, God, that was a crap year. Like, people were really, and I think most of it's due to like politics and stuff, and yeah, there was some like real crappiness going down, a lot of hate and stuff, but then I'm a positive person, and so I'm looking at all the good stuff. And I thought it'd be really cool to do like a favourites, and not like monthly favourites, because I don't actually buy enough stuff each month to do monthly favourites. Like, I don't have enough new stuff. So I thought I'd do 2017 favourites. My favourites of all different stuff throughout the entire year of 2017, looking back retrospectively. So enjoy. First of all, I'm going to talk about some products. Those of you who don't give a crap about beauty, click away now, or just skip up a bit, or grin and bear it, whatever. I have some new beauty favourites, starting with Garnier's BB cream in light. And this is for combination to oily skin. This has changed my freaking life. For so long I've had like super sensitive skin, and it gets worse when I travel, because I'll get really oily, because I'm like, it's stressful, and I get really hot as well. Often my skin will just kind of go bleh. And I'll wake up and think, my God, what did I have an affair with a cheater? Like, what happened? Because I'll just be like in breakouts or something. And this is awesome. I don't feel like I'm like caking myself in makeup, which I don't like to do because it just makes the situation worse. This kind of keeps spots at bay, but also covers super nicely. Plus, this is way more expensive than I'd ever spend on a beauty product. This was like £9, which I know from most beauty vloggers, they're just like, that's nothing. Like, we spend 50 odd quid on one item. That's way too much for me. I'm a budget traveler blogger. I don't do beauty vlogging, and I don't care that much about my makeup. So £9 is a lot for me to spend on one particular product. However, I use less than a pea size of this to do a whole face, and it's the absolute bomb. So Garnier, thank you very much. I got this from Boots, and also I thought it would be in the makeup section in Boots. Don't look there because you won't find it. It's in the skincare section for some unknown reason. It is a makeup product, but it's in skincare, not makeup. Just FYI. Next up, a load of stuff from the Body Shop. Now, I need to do a disclosure. I actually got myself a little Christmas temp job at the Body Shop this year, because I'm trying to pay for like the next load of travel, and plus I'm moving house, and all of that stuff is like really expensive when you're self-employed and trying to like save as well as pay bills. So I got a little Christmas temp job at the Body Shop. I really enjoy it. It's in line with all my ethos and everything. It doesn't test on animals. They do a load of charity work, plus the stuff's from like all over the countries, all different countries and things, so that's a plus. So just full disclosure, I got a load of this at a discounted rate because I was a staff member, but they're not paying me to do this particular video or anything, or say I like these products. It's literally just because I have access to these products at a cheaper rate and I bought them and I've been testing them. These are purely my favourite products that I am actually doing. I've bought more stuff that I'm not going to review because it's not my favourite. So just so you know, I'm literally only talking about this stuff because I personally really like it, not because anybody's paying me to say so, which they're not. Is that clear? Have I covered all my bases? Okay. First up, the vitamin C peel. This sounds really bizarre when you explain it. You have to sort of, I might do a little demonstration video if you can bear the sight of my skin without makeup. It goes on in like a gel formula, and then you do like a little like exfoliating dance with it, and it peels off like all the dirt and pollution and dead skin cells and just grossness, the first layer of grossness off of your skin. And this is even after you cleansed your face and you're like, I'm totally clean, and then you do this and you find out you had a load more grime on you that you didn't even realize, and then afterwards you just feel so clean and refreshed and soft. It's for dull and tired looking skin, which I have in abundance, so I feel like this makes me like more glowy and awake looking, so I really enjoy this at the moment. This is awesome. Also from the Body Shop as well, I've been using the Oils of Life range, and I've got the eye cream gel. I have really baggy eyes, just like I have always naturally puffy eyes. I think I inherited it from my mum. It's not because I don't get enough sleep, although that's probably contributing as well. And I have really dark circles under my eyes, and this doesn't do anything for the dark circles, but I have really noticed that the puffiness around my eyes has gone down immensely because I'm using this twice a day. I put it on before I sleep at night, and I put it on first thing in the morning after I've cleansed my face, and it literally, it's like you've had a facelift. It's not uncomfortable, but it kind of like sucks everything back a little bit, and your pores look smaller and tighter. Yeah, I really enjoy this, and again, nothing's tested on animals, so I can totally get behind all of it. I promise my last stuff from the Body Shop, again, I know it's kind of heavy on the Body Shop stuff, but I have a lot of it at the moment because I'm working there currently. The entire Frosted Berries range. They have 3 different Christmas scents at the moment, and my personal favourite is the Frosted Berries, and I've got almost every product in the Frosted Berries because I love the smell so much. It's so sweet, so some people might find it too sickly, but I think it's like, it smells a bit like Pick a Mix, a little bit like if you've smelled the Glitterberries J2O, I think it smells a bit like that as well. And I have like the body butter, I have the hand cream, I have the candle, I have, do I have the scrub? The bubble bath, the shower gel. I literally have like everything in it because it smells so delicious, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And it's limited edition as well, so I literally bought up like everything I could at the time because I was like, I know I won't be able to get this next year. My last favourite product is actually an item from Poundland, and I love using this in the winter. This is the Apple and Cinnamon Room Freshener, and it is just, like I say, from Poundland, cheap and cheerful, and you just spray it in your room and on your bed and on your linens and stuff like that, and it holds the smell really well, and I think it just smells really Christmassy. I start using it in autumn, and then all throughout the winter I spray my room with this, and it smells so delicious. So yeah, that's a lot of makeup stuff, I know, but yeah, on to my favourite books from this year. So I've read a lot this year, fortunately due to something that I'll talk about in a minute under my favourite apps, but by far I think my favourite book that I read this year was 3 Miles Per Hour by Pollyanna, and I'm not just saying that because we're now friends on LinkedIn and she talked to me, but seriously, that book is just so full of like joy and like deep thought and like loads of, it's like the inner musings of somebody who's discovering the world for the first time, because it's the true autobiography of the first woman to walk around the world. This woman walked around the world. She did it for breast cancer to raise awareness, and it was in the middle of 9/11 happened while she was on her walk, and she was going through all these different countries, discovering things, discovering how wrong certain prejudices are, and discovering how right some of them are. And it's really, I can't recommend it enough. It will make you feel amazing about your life, and it really inspire you just to immediately start walking and do something. It's fantastic. So yes, 3 miles per hour. Go read it, please do. It's so good. The next book that I absolutely loved this year was The Hotel on the Roof of the World. Alec Lesueur? His name's French. This is, again, a true story, and the guy wrote it about his time in Tibet, where he's an English guy, I believe, and he went to work in the Holiday Inn in Lhasa, and it's very, very funny. Think Faulty Towers but in Tibet. It's amazing, and he does some really like funny commentary on the Chinese communism that's there, the Tibetan way of life, the madness between the different religion mashup and language barriers. But oh my god, there's so much funny stuff. If you want like a proper laugh out loud kind of book, Hotel on the Roof of the World is amazing. As soon as I finished reading it, I started reading it again, and I forced my mother to read it as well. I was like, Mum, you'll love this. My final book recommendation that I read this year is a book called Sapiens, and I'm not going to say the guy's name who wrote it because I can't pronounce it. I'll put it here. This was really interesting. It's completely different to the other 2 books that I've recommended. It's kind of human philosophy, and it's a big, huge look at how humanity has changed over the years. It literally starts off looking at like societies and how humans were in like caveman prehistoric times, and then looking at how we've developed, how religion and commerce and our way of life, the family dynamic, sexuality, jobs, like everything, how it's all changed and developed and become our normal. You know, like, and looking at certain things that are kind of against human nature, and other ways of, like, he pulls up a load of examples from across the world and from across history at certain hard truths about our human nature, but then also kind of some really amazing stuff that kind of makes you go, huh, that's cool, you know. If you want something more in-depth and like really interested in like a broad look at humanity, yeah, give Sapiens a go. There is a follow-up book. I'm gonna read some more fun stuff in between reading the follow-up. I'm definitely gonna read the sequel as well, because Sapiens was really, really interesting, and kind of making me want to rebel against my own human nature now. So we shall see what that comes out like. That beautifully leads me on to my favourite apps of the year, and number 1, absolutely, oh absolutely, puns, I've got them, is Audible. Freaking love Audible. I downloaded it simply to get the free audiobook, and then I was going to do the 30-day free trial, and then I was going to uninstall it because I didn't want to pay, basically. And I enjoyed it so much that I've just continued it for the full year I've had Audible. I just didn't want to cancel it because I was enjoying it so much. I'm dyslexic, and so reading a book for me is a chore. I love reading, but my brain has a real trouble processing black and white on the text, and so it takes me twice as long as anyone to read a book, and also it's very difficult to keep the information in my head. I'll read a sentence and I'll immediately forget it and have to go back and reread it again. It's just the way dyslexia is for some people, and I'm one of them. So it's really annoying because it means I couldn't actually enjoy books all that much, which for a writer is really annoying, because one of the ways you improve your writing is by reading, and for a long time. It was kind of like handicapping me, and Audible completely changed all that, because now I can listen to my books wherever I am as well. That's the cool thing. One of the bigger things for me as well about reading was that I always felt guilty that I should be doing something else. Like I should have been making something or drawing something or working on my website, or you know, doing something else at the same time with my hands. I couldn't just sit and read a book. And now I can listen to an audiobook whilst I'm walking to work, or whilst I'm washing up, or you know, if I'm on a bus or in a car or anything like that. I can safely listen to my audiobooks and multitask, and I love it. My second app from 2017, which has again transformed my life, is Calm. And this is a meditation chill out app. Again, I have the free version. I think I might even start doing the paid version, because there's some aspects of it that are locked to you if you're only on the free one. But so far, I've had it for most of the year, and I only use the free one so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's like, okay, get off Instagram and and start your chill out, and literally I'll have like 20 to 30 minutes a day right before I go to sleep as well, because I have real trouble sleeping, because I'm always like thinking about so much stuff, and I'm always like so wired and excited that I find it really hard to calm down and go to sleep. This has completely changed that for me. Now that I can sort of really still everything down, there's a body scan on it as well, where you go through and you relax different parts of your body. That's really changed the way I sleep. It's really helped me get to bed earlier when I need to. I just really like it. And again, like, I've had the free app for ages. I like not having to spend money on something that's helped me so much. So yeah, if you want to give it a go, download the free version. If you like it after a while, then you can always pay for the paid version, which I may well do. And also I want to talk about some of my favorite YouTubers. You know, like, I've done a video before, I'm talking about all my favorite like travel YouTubers and just in general YouTubers and stuff like that. But I want to talk about some particular channels and particular people who I've really enjoyed in 2017, who I think have completely knocked it out the park. Number one is Philip DeFranco. I love you, Philip DeFranco. Mwah! I get the majority of my news from YouTube, from sites like The Young Turks and Philip DeFranco and some other people. But I really like how he's kind of, he shows you both sides of the story. He gets all of the facts, and he's always like, you know what, these are the facts that we know so far, and then here's my opinion. He always does it separately. And I really like that, because I think that's what mainstream news is missing out massively. That it might just do, here's just the facts, but then with no how this is how I've interpreted them, which like kind of gives you something to bounce off of. And then other ones, it's just all their opinion and no actual facts. And I like the way that he's just like an average Joe kind of guy who's like, here's what I think and here's what it actually is. So and again, he's free and regular. He appears pretty much every weekday, and he's just a fun dude. And the next person that I want to talk about isn't necessarily a YouTuber, but she does do a lot on YouTube. It is Wonderlass. Alison. She is a blogger extraordinaire. She teaches you how to make money from your blog and how to turn your online business into a profitable sort of situation. I absolutely love her. She's got a really personal, hands-on approach to teaching you how to, she gives away so much stuff for free, and you can take her paid courses as well, which everyone is like, it's amazing. As soon as I have the money, I will buy one of Alison's courses, because the information that she's given me just for free so far has completely changed the way I do like social media and blogging. The Pinterest stuff, she's like tripled my Pinterest traffic and everything just from the tips that she gives out for free. So I can only imagine how amazing her courses will be that are actually paid for. Check out Wonderlass. She's so awesome and really lovely. And also tell her that Helen from Shiny Creations or Penniless Writer sent you, because she knows me a little bit in the chat, so that'd be nice to be like, hey, Helen sent me. The final people that I want to talk about are Jenna and Julian. And now of course Jenna Marbles and Julian Salamina are massive YouTubers anyway, and I always watch both of their channels, his vlogs and her insane videos. But the thing that I've really enjoyed in 2017 is their podcast. Absolutely love their podcast. I think you don't even realize, because Jenna does such insane stuff to her hair and her nails and her face all the time, and she's like, she's what I want to be when I grow up, honestly. She has like the most fun. She's like a 30-year-old woman and she's having the most fun. I think that's what you should aim for in life. She's just enjoying herself and her relationship and her dogs. Because she does such crazy things, I think people don't actually see the really serious, intelligent side of her. And her playing off of Julian as well. They talk about some really deep, interesting, poignant things on their and issues and stuff on their podcast. They talk about like politics stuff and stuff with YouTube and the free internet and all that sort of thing, which are like hot issues that we kind of need to talk about. And again, I can just like listen to them whilst I'm washing up or whilst I'm in the car or whatever, and it's really easy going. Most of the time there's like hilarious moments pocketed throughout. The dogs make an appearance, of course. So yes, Jenna Julian's podcast. I am totally a Dink fan member, and they're wonderful. So yeah, go check them out. If you only watch their videos, please do check out their podcast as well, because it's totally worth it. And yeah, 2017 was a really good year for their podcast. So love you guys. We're almost there, I promise. It's a really long list. I watch an awful lot of TV and movies, and 2017 was no different. This year, because I know that Black Mirror season 4, or is it season 5? Basically, the new season of Black Mirror is coming out soon. And so I rewatched this year all of Black Mirror so far. It is so good and creepy and wonderful and makes you think about stuff, and oh god, it's just really good. I particularly really love the one where social media is a form of like gratification and almost currency, where you know, you can't access certain things because you're not rated high enough. I love what that says about, especially like the Instagram culture and things, where if you're pretty and you have like really cool travel photos or food photos or whatever, you can make money from that. It seems so bizarre, but yeah, like Black Mirror is so good, written by Charlie Brooker, who I really enjoy anyway. Second thing, I only just this year got into Outlander, and my god, it is fantastic. Please don't write it off as chick flick, whatever. What was the thing? Clit lit. There's like a lot of romance in it, but it's such a cool, interesting concept. If you don't know it, it's a woman just out of the Great War. She was a combat nurse in the Great War, and she's on her sort of second honeymoon with her husband in Scotland, and she accidentally gets swept back in time, and it's so good. It's really good. It's acted beautifully, the scripts are really great, the costuming's fantastic, and yeah, I think I need to go to Scotland now, because damn, it was so much fun. The final show that I'm absolutely loving at the moment still, I only just started watching it this winter, is The Americans. Oh my god, if you haven't watched it, you have to watch it. Make that your New Year's resolution for 2018, to watch The Americans if you haven't already. It is essentially KGB spies undercover, Russian spies undercover as an American family, a married couple, and they have American children who don't know that their parents are spies, and they're like trying to undermine the FBI and steal secrets, and they assassinate people, all while keeping up this family ruse. And it's really, really good. It's so suspenseful. Like, this is like carefully thought out psychological stuff at the same time. I think my favourite movie from 2017 has to be Get Out. If you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to spoil anything for you. You must have by now heard like a million people saying, watch Get Out. go watch Get Out. It is so good and intense. My favourite travel stuff from 2017. Of course, this year I got to go to one of the places that has been on my bucket list for years and years and years. Finland, Helsinki in Finland, and it was a dream come true. It was totally different to how I expected it as well, and I think that was one of the cool things, because I'd originally planned to go during winter because I wanted all the snow and the huskies and everything. I wouldn't have got huskies in Helsinki in the city centre, but I wanted to go there during winter, and then basically there wasn't an opening for me with the house sitting position that I was going to do in the winter. There was one in the middle of summer though, and she said would I still like to do it, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, like sure, no problem. And it's totally different. It's wonderful. Finland in the summer, if you ever get a chance to, you have to go because it's beautiful. The sun hardly ever sets. There's so many different like street festivals and just people just enjoying themselves all the time, which is really lovely. There's like a real nice sense of kind of community and everything there. They have some incredible museums and stuff. 100% recommend getting the museum card. It saved me a ridiculous amount of money. I will do another separate video on like my best stuff from Finland at some point when I get around to it, now that I've got my camera back, and I'll talk about how much money I actually saved with the museum card. This year also I vowed that I want to do more English travel because again, I'm English and I haven't actually seen all that much of England, so I was like, I want to do some more English travel, and I got to do some. I started off my birthday in March in Brighton, which was really lovely. I got to see one of my dear friends, Poppy, and we just had an absolute riot. I did get the flu whilst I was there, so that kind of conked me out for a good 3 days. Oh, it was so much fun, like the nightlife and everything there is brilliant. There's loads of kooky shops, it's really colourful, and I got to babysit like 4 really lovely cats whilst I was there, so that's really, really good. And also I got to go to Suffolk, and I hadn't really been there before, and that was really lovely because I was in like a really like country bumpkin kind of place. I thought I was going to be closer to a town, but the closest town was an hour's walk away, which is kind of far when you just like, there was no like corner shop or anything, so if I just needed milk I had to walk an hour into town to get a thing of milk. But in all honesty, I really enjoyed it because I got to sort of like live a country life and a simpler life, and I got to zone out, and I didn't feel like, oh gosh, I was there for like 3 weeks and I didn't feel like I have to go fit in as many tourist attractions or whatever, because there wasn't any. I was literally in a bunch of fields, and so every day I had 3 walks with the dog through all these different fields and forests, and it was just really lovely and relaxing. I felt like Beatrix Potter. It was brilliant. My #1 travel system this year was definitely trusted house sitters. I know I did trusted house sitters last year, but I think I used it to its fullest potential this year, definitely. It's just saved me so much money. I absolutely love it. I am an affiliate, so you can use my affiliate code down below to like help me out as well. It's at no extra cost to you. You just help me out with the channel and everything just by clicking through with my link and then subscribing to trustedhousesitters.com. Anyway, that was my favorite stuff from 2017, and I can't wait to start 2018. At the beginning of the year I always get like super excited and pumped. I'm like, I'm gonna plan out my entire year and I'm gonna do everything on my list, and then almost inevitably I mess it up and forget to do loads of stuff, or I don't get around to do a load of stuff, or I don't have the money to do a load of stuff. But I'm confident because I actually managed to do loads of it from last year. So this year definitely I'll put out a new video of what I want to achieve in 2018, and I'm going to stick to it. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful new year. Thanks for liking, commenting and subscribing, and I'll see you in the world. Thanks for watching. Bye!